This is a beautiful 1959 General Electric Ultravision black and white console, I guess you could call this. And I picked this up at an estate sale. It was part of a package. It has a kind of a funky push button tuner thing here where you push the channel you want and the motor rotates it around, kind of gimmicky and pointless, but whatever. I had played with this before and diagnosed it down to a bad flyback. However, after working on some other sets with similar problems, I thought there's a couple capacitors I should check on it. The main one being the boost capacitor for the 500 volt boost. I've learned that if the boost capacitor goes bad, you lose high voltage and it appears at the flyback. And that's the boost capacitor. I don't know if you can see it. It's that red drop. This has a brand new replacement CRT in it that tests super strong. There's the electric motor for the tuner. 5U4. This is from 1959. It's a U2 series chassis. I was never really personally a fan of General Electric. I thought their sets were kind of cheap. So I'm going to get it in the house on the bench and try and verify that the flyback is indeed bad. Or maybe, hopefully, it's the boost capacitor, because I'd like to see it work again. It's got some of these lovely black beauties in here that need to be replaced. I got the GE set working, kind of. It was in fact a bad electrolytic in the boost circuit. And you can see that orange one back there, which I left. And I tacked, that orange one is a 40 at 400 volts, and I ended up tacking 222 at 400 volts. In parallel that I had around here. These are good quality caps. These are those Nichicon 105 centigrade rated caps. And this thing developed some more problems, so I was playing around with my speaker, using my speaker method to test some of these capacitors just for a quick test, and they all check okay. This or appear okay with this really kind of crude rough test of putting them in series with the PC speaker. Here's a dual cap right here. You can see it's got two leads there. And this is supposed to be 40 UF and 1 UF, so that's the 1 UF. That's the 40 UF. So that one sounds okay. If I go down here to the one that was defective, let me see if I can. This is the one that was causing the high voltage not to be there. I hear how weak that is. This is supposed to be a 40 at 400. Okay, now I'm going to go to the 44. You can hear the difference with that one. And I also checked the main filter cap and it sounds okay too. So I got some other problem here. You notice how dirty this is. I'm not going to clean it up, I don't really care about that. But if you take a look at that disc capacitor there, see how it's kind of shiny? That's the capacitor that couples the pulse to the horizontal output tube, and I'm wondering if that thing's leaky or something, because it looks like it's getting hot. Those things tend to ooze wax when they get hot, those disc caps. But this one over here also is kind of shiny too. So I'm not quite sure about that.
Expensive, but there's no collateral required, and you can keep the cost down by paying it back as quick as you can.
Create areas on these construction sites where you can gather up the waste. You know, and that became...
Actually, it's behaving right now, except for
well, then
the buzz and the sound.
And then God was
Also, the retrace lines are because I have this
and to go into something else.
leaky Black Beauty removed.
All because they took an adventure in giving. They put the principles, the laws of the universe.
You can see the retrace lines.
Jumbo fire.
Got full coverage, so you're still modest. Okay, let's see now. The best part under your arms, you're nice and smooth here.
Just working his dream job, and his business is growing every year. But it wasn't long ago that Casey and his wife were deep in debt.
You need to you need to show the girls. Be proud of them. The bra will give you that big.
Give me the confidence. Let's meet Leslie and see what her problem is. The problem with this bra is it's actually too big. It's like you made reservations for 4 and only 2 showed up. So, you know, you've got too much jiggle in here. It's too big. It's actually too much. So you're not getting any support. Plus, even although the lace is very, very pretty, on a t-shirt, it's showing through.
So my high voltage right now is about 11 kilovolts.
You're all smooth.
And
it's totally all in the right place. Nothing is digging in. Check this out. Wow.
I have my line voltage cut down a little bit. If I turn my line voltage up to where it should be, that's full line voltage.
Now let's meet Regina. She's an actress and a model. The girls are everywhere. They're everywhere. Look, you can't even. Underwire is supposed to hug you. Okay? If you're going to wear underwire, it's purple. It's got tags. It's digging. It's creating bulges. And look, this would get you a part in a late night movie on a channel that you'd have to pay for.
You can see how
you look like a movie star. You would get
this buzz is getting louder and more annoying. When I first started working on this, it hardly had any buzz at all, and it's just been getting progressively louder and more annoying. So crank it down to about 108 volts. And you can see it gets a lot darker and I start to lose some deflection. But it's working okay right now. with just that one cap. All the other caps are original, and
Our income was doubled right away as soon as we got the cows and sold our calves. And then we can just keep building.
you can see that it's shrinking there, so I'm a little bit low on the voltage, but it actually works okay for having most all original caps, just that one in the boost circuit replaced. So again, never condemn a flyback before you check all the stuff around it.
Because you'll be taken care of and he'll